This week's episodes of Deck the Hallmark are presented by Aura Frames. Tune in later in the show to find out how you can save big this year on an Aura frame for the holidays.
This is a Bramble Jam podcast. Hi, I'm Bran, and I love Hallmark Christmas movies.
Hi, I'm Jax, and I love when women dress in drag.
Hi, I'm Dan, and it's Jingle Bell Heist was last week.
I'm Alonso and Tootsie Doubtfire, and this
is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host his podcast. We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Well, hello, everyone.
Oh, boy.
How are we?
We're here, man. Christmas is almost here as well, Brand.
It absolutely is. Now,
What's today's date? If you had to
today's
guess.
date is the 18th.
Oh, the
Today's
18th.
date is the 18th.
We're a week away.
Now, Alonso, you
You
this
did the
was
road
on
trip.
You you decided that you would take the road less traveled.
The best about it, we didn't talk about it last week, which was weird, but
Yeah.
Brian was in here and he was like, so when Alonso flies back, is he flying out of Newark or JFK? And I was like, no, he's driving back too. And Brian was like, really?
So here's
and I was like, yeah, he was like, he knows it's going to be like the middle of the night. I was like, I think so.
So Alonso, I want to
think he
ask
knows.
you this: at what point in the road trip did you regret it?
Oh,
I would say before we left North Carolina, probably.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty far in.
Yeah.
I mean, here's
thought
the
you were
thing
gonna
is,
say
No. I had some idea what I was signing up for, and it was really just because. Remember all those news stories earlier this year about like what a nightmare flying in and out of Newark was?
yeah.
And this just seemed like the next best thing.
Well,
was
I mean-
it? I mean, who knows?
here's the thing.
Jax is taking offense
Jax,
to the Newark
I
slander.
know. All four of us.
I will not stand for Newark slander.
All four of us in one minivan without a square inch to spare. Literally just packed with merch all the way down. And then on the way back, left at probably 4 or 5 in the afternoon.
I can't recall.
I can't recall exactly.
It's all a blur.
And did the 10 to 12 hours, depending on traffic, back. And then Alonso had a flight the next day at 1 something.
I don't know. Honestly, when I saw you guys get in the car and you said there wasn't room for me to go with you, I got sad. I thought you guys
Oh,
were.
no, wait a minute.
I thought you were in for the adventure of a lifetime, and honestly, like I was a bit bummed.
Can you imagine Jax flying from Newark down to Greenville just to do the road trip?
Now, technically,
Alonso flew to GSP to avoid Newark. Jax
Not
used
me, baby
Newark
doll.
to get here to drive it.
Then go.
there was technically a middle hump, but
We
was
took it out. Here's
boxes.
the thing. Yeah, here's the thing is that if you were there, you'd be sitting in the middle in between Alonso and Patrick. Alonso and Brian.
Patrick's coming too.
Patrick's,
Oh, no.
The problem is we took that middle bench out and filled it with literally these two have a seat. That's what they have.
You know me. I can fit anywhere.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Do you like the middle hump on a road trip, Jax?
she would say it's her favorite.
The middle hump is my
She would
favorite.
immediately be like, "Oh no, this is where I want to sit." I don't
Yeah,
understand.
it's elevating my
Like,
knees.
I was
It's
in
really
row-
good for my
I was in the
spine.
middle of row 38 on American Eagle on the way from Newark to GSP, and it was like almost too comfortable.
Honestly, because honestly, when I have like a row to myself, I'm not able to cocoon as much and sleep. Whereas if you're packed in, it's nice and cozy.
It's
crazy.
unbelievable.
That's
So
crazy.
you're a crate dog.
One of
basically.
I'm a
one.
great dog. I'm a
One
great
of
dog.
one, Jacqueline Collier. I mean, unbelievable.
And it was great to see you.
It was good to see you at
for
the dinner.
pizza.
Yes, of course.
It was so much fun. I ate so much. Do you know I ate so much pizza that I got sick after?
I lost count after slice 9.
Yeah, you were like, it's sliced, and you had not had a
Wait,
drop
was
of
it
alcohol.
not?
You just
No,
were like,
yeah,
it's
no.
sliced 9, mofos,
It's sliced
and you
9.
yelled
That's
it
what
out.
I remember stopping at 11, but who knows?
Who knows? It got a little foggy there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is why we always have it at CC's, because
Yeah, that's right.
you can go as hard as you want
That's
to.
right.
And that was gluten free, right?
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Edison
Yeah, no,
Pizza and Italian
definitely,
restaurant.
yeah.
We don't actually do it at the CC's, although not a bad. We should look
Write
into
that
that.
down.
What's the magician's name?
CC
CC
Pizzini, how
Pizzini.
dare you, first of all.
Alonso.
Have you been here before?
That's the most offensive question you've
God.
ever asked.
Unbelievable.
CC Pizzini.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
I forget a lot. I'll never forget CC.
Never forget
Pizzini.
that.
Never forget.
What's the magician's name? Nobody said he was a magician.
But you know it.
Not a single
know it
person.
looking at it.
But if you see
Intuitively.
him, he's a
Yeah,
magician.
Magician.
He's a magician. He's CC Pizzini. All right. Well, let's talk about My Secret Santa.
let's
shall
do it.
Oh,
we?
let's.
December 3rd, 2025 is when it came out, and it went a little something like this. A single mother, Taylor, works at a cookie factory. Well, she did anyway. At Christmas, she gets fired. My God. But there's some good news. Her daughter got into the best snowboarding academy in the country, which
Man.
also happens to be in their town. The problem?
What a get.
It cost an arm and a leg. She starts by trying to sell some of her band's old vinyls. Unfortunately, they're not worth much. But a dude named Matthew walks into the record shop while this is happening and is like, I beg to differ. These are amazing. I'm a huge fan. He follows her and asks her out for cocoa. She's like, my life is just too crazy right now. I can't do it. So she's looking into the academy and she discovers a little bit of a loophole. Kids of lodge employees get 50% off tuition to the academy. She stops by trying to get a job and overhears Sister Tamara talking about
Tia.
sorry,
Yeah.
Sister.
She is the real one.
She's the
She's
real
the
one.
real one.
She's the real one. Sister Tia talking about how she needs to hire a Santa ASAP. And guess who happens to own the lodge? Well, his dad does, but it's Matthew's dad. And,
Yeah.
and luckily for Taylor, Matthew's dad is forcing him to start working at the lodge so he can get his life together. Because I look at this guy Matthew and
You're
I'm
like,
this
he's
guy's
just so
freaking out of
disheveled
control.
and just all over the place.
His dad tells Matthew to work on the Santa thing and figure it out. Taylor turns to some friends or her brother. I thought they were friends at first. I think one of them is her brother.
Yeah,
brother.
I've
One is her
had the same
brother.
Okay,
journey,
great.
yeah.
Yes. And they come up.
And the other is his close friend who he lives
His
with.
dear friend and roommate.
That's right.
Roommates.
Yes.
That's it.
And they work with costumes.
Yes, and makeup.
Yeah, and that's it. They come up with the perfect Santa disguise. It looks great. She walks in. She panics when she sees Matthew, and she says that her name is Hugh Man.
Gets you every time.
Gotta be good.
Glad you're happy.
And gets the job. It starts quickly with a Christmas tree lighting that goes terribly wrong. There's fire. The next day, Matthew sees Taylor and asks again for cocoa. No luck. It's time for the first full day of Santa. Taylor's not good at this. Taylor's thinking like a mom and is giving all of the feedback to these kids like, oh, the toy that you want is sticky or it costs too much or whatever, and is not telling any kid that they will get what they asked for Christmas. She has more conversations with Matthew as Santa, and he begins to like open up and all this stuff, and even has a conversation as Santa with her own daughter. These conversations help her start interacting with the kids better. She starts asking like deep questions like, what's your biggest fear? You know, what you want to be asked by Santa Claus. After finding out that her daughter wants her to go on a date, that's all she wants for Christmas, she takes Matthew up on that hot chocolate offer. They have an amazing time, but then they go to this bar and he gets the band to invite her on stage, which freaks her out and she runs away. He goes after her and she says that was her dream and she gave up on it when she became a mom and it's just too hard for her to go up there on stage again. She ends up coming to terms with the fact that with music, basically, and even picks up a guitar that she had locked up in the closet. She agrees to go to the company Christmas party with Matthew. The only problem is that Santa is also supposed to be there.
Oh man, what are we gonna do here?
How will they ever?
She's gonna try to do both.
What?
I know. She's running back and
Hijinks
forth.
don't ensue, do they?
They sure do. Ultimately, though, it blows up in her face, and she is found out. And at the exact same time that it's coming out that she's not who she says that she is, she's not human. She's human. She's not human.
She's only human after
She's
all.
dancer.
That's right.
Her daughter has an accident out on the slopes, and she has to run out and check on her daughter while she is still in costume. At this point, everyone knows that she is Santa. After talking it over with her daughter, she decides that she's going to go make things right with Matthew at another company gathering, and which she does, and they end up kissing, and they shred together. Woo! And that, my friends, was My Secret Santa.
We did it.
We did it. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to break this movie down here on
Deck the Hallmark.
Hello. It's great to be back here today. We're talking My Secret Santa from the Netflix. It's time for us to share our thoughts on it. We're going to start with a hot take. I'm going to start with you, Jax. Jax, what do you think about that My Secret Santa?
I mean, look, this was so stupid and so funny. Like at times it veers into, oh my gosh, are they kind of doing a parody or what's happening? But honestly, like I didn't care. Like Alexandra Breckenridge is so funny as Santa in this. I really was delighted from start to finish. Ryan Eggold, who was in The Blacklist and New Amsterdam, I find him really charming. The two of them, I think, have great chemistry together. Look, Tia Mowry. Okay, here's my biggest problem with the movie is that, first of all, she's so charming and great in these kinds of movies and just really likable. It was hard for me to buy into the conceit of her being a villain when she is a hardworking single mom who, like we all know, and if you don't know, you should know that Black women have to work infinitely harder to have success. And she's qualified to do this, but we're supposed to, this attractive white guy who's a Nepo baby, we're supposed to believe that she's somehow the villain of all this. Now, look, he's not a jerk, and he thinks so too. He's like, oh my gosh, like, why am I doing it? Why does my dad want me to do this? So, like, honestly, like, it's all well and good. I go with it because they're not having her be like a mustache twirling
and also
villain.
About halfway through, she like becomes a real supporter. Like not halfway through, but like the last third of the movie, she's a good guy.
But for the first half, it's like, wait, you're Lily Tomlin in 9 to 5.
That's right.
Why
That's
are you
exactly
the bad
right.
guy?
Agreed.
Yes, that's exactly right. So like that, I was like, well, honestly, like even if she's supposed to be a villain, like I can't buy into that. But I had a lot of fun with this. I laughed a lot. I laughed out loud a lot. It is utterly ridiculous. And I think that if other networks would have tried to pull this off, it would have been sad, but it worked for me. It worked for me.
Alonso.
Yeah, I tried to have more fun with this, but I just kept hitting a massive wall of wait whats. And when I wasn't hitting a massive wall of wait whats, I was like, oh, okay, so they're going to do this part from Mrs. Doubtfire. Oh, they're going to do this part from Mrs. Doubtfire.
That's exactly
and also this part from Mrs. Doubtfire. Like it was, and again, like Hallmark does this all the time. We've had the Hallmark Groundhog Days and the Hallmark Liars and the Hallmark, Jean Dielmans, whatever. But it's like, this one, it just was, they kept doing it so aggressively that it just kept getting on my nerves. So like, I do appreciate the shamelessness of it to a certain extent, but not enough that I was then charmed by it. The leads are fine. Again, as with Jingle Bell High, so it's like, y'all both look really familiar to me, but I can't place you in anything I've ever actually seen.
That's what Netflix is going for this year. That's what they wanted.
It's that, aren't you from that thing that time? Yeah.
It's the Judy Greer of it all.
Yes, but her name I know.
Yeah, now we know her name.
Alonso, better than Christmas at Cartwright's?
I mean, more ambitious than Christmas at Cartwright's, but
Sure.
I think Christmas at Cartwright sort of fits its lane a little better, and it's got Wallace Shawn in it.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, I loved it. I had a ball with this movie. I thought it was so much fun. I thought the Santa disguise looked great, and she was great as Santa. I thought it was so much fun, and it was really compelling when she was in these, like the conversations that she was having as Santa with Matthew and with her daughter and with her daughter's bully and stuff. Were all really compelling conversations, and I found myself really enjoying this probably way more than I should. And I'm sorry, Dan.
You're forgiven. It sucks. Listen, this movie started with me liking it. I think that's the problem is out of the gate, Alexandra Breckenridge and Ryan Eggold, I thought both were just really easygoing, charming, and a fun, like just natural at this. But then, like, it didn't even take her putting on the Santa suit. Like when Ryan Eggold is supposed to be like a disheveled billionaire son who like is a party animal, but he is the opposite. Like I want to see him in these movies. Like I want to see Ryan Eggold in a Hallmark movie. I think he would crush it.
Very nice to look at and listen to.
He wasn't this though. Like he is like a voice of reason throughout this movie. He's not the crazy, and I didn't buy her as Santa. I thought the outfit was great. I thought her voice was ridiculous. And I had a hard time with that. I know.
Slander.
And then we get to the Mrs.
Stone him.
The Mrs.
Santa slander.
I will say the first moment where I knew we might be in trouble is I got into the most prestigious snowboarding school. And I was like, I hope that they're going to lean into this like it's really funny. And they do not. That is a real financial crisis. And then I was like, this may not work. And then by the time we literally are repeating Mrs. Doubtfire bits and doing them way worse. I mean, guys, it took everything in Mrs. Doubtfire you just don't roll over and make Mrs. Doubtfire happen. Okay. Like Robin Williams is like a force of nature to make that movie sing. It is not something that anybody can do on Netflix. And this movie, by the time she's changing back and forth, not only is it straining any bit of goodwill that it had with me, it also just feels like it's interminable. Like it feels so long at that point, and it's not funny. And I wanted it to either be more farcical and crazy or more sincere, and it's stuck in the middle, a little bit like Hot Frosty was last year. Just really disappointing. And it started off, the first 5 minutes I thought was like quick and snappy and clever. I was really into it. And by the end, I was very over this movie. Sorry.
That's okay. You forgive me for loving it, and I forgive you.
That's
for
right.
That.
I forgave you. I told
That's
you.
friendship. That's friendship.
I thought I was worried I might be alone on it. I'm glad Alonso was with me.
You're in good company.
That's right.
And I'm in good company
Yes.
with you,
That's
Brand.
exactly
Yes.
right. That's exactly right. Let's get to the feels. This is where we talk about what in this movie gave us feels. Jax.
Well, what they cannot do in a Hallmark movie or what they won't do in the locker room when Ryan is taking down his towel.
Oh my
And
gosh.
Santa is overheating. And I'm like, does this man know what he's doing? Because there is a vibe between the two of them. Even when she's Santa, I hope he's bi. There needs to be less bi erasure, especially for men who are bi. Who knows what's happening there? Anyway, boy, howdy, loved it. I also really appreciated that Santa, Taylor, Hugh, man, had the conversation with the bully that what could have been a funny scene, and honestly not that funny, but a cheap funny where she like is a total like scares the bully.
Yeah.
She has a nice heart to heart with the bully
Yep.
that was actually just like really lovely. And I thought that was honestly like, given the tone of the rest of the movie, that was an unexpected moment of heart that I really appreciated. So really like that moment too.
I agree, Jax. Alonso?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. The bully scene was probably my favorite moment as well, and the reveal that she's Tia's daughter.
Yeah,
I do wish, like, again, I think I've brought this up before. I certainly talked about it when we talked about Hot Frosty. The idea of the Netflix Hallmark adjacent Christmas movie, I think at its best is like, we don't have to be TVG.
Yeah.
We can play around with this stuff a little more. And I think this movie hints at playing with gender constructs in a way that they could have really leaned into and had a lot of fun with, and even and moved it out of the Mrs. Doubtfire zone. Because there's no sexual confusion in Mrs. Doubtfire.
No.
There's nobody who is turned on by Mrs. Doubtfire and then discovers that, whoops, it's Robin Williams under there. I think, I mean, you've even got that whole scene with like Santa and her brother in a bathroom stall. Yeah. Like you could really go somewhere with that, and they don't. And I think that's a big miss for this.
Yeah, no, the chemistry between Santa and Matthew is out of control.
Yeah, it's
scorching.
Yeah.
Come on.
And the horny neighbor. The horny neighbor, she's really attracted to him.
It's very funny.
We're beginning to think Santa can just get it. You know what I mean?
Santa can get it.
I'd let her get it.
I've always said so.
So there's been a lot of funny moments this holiday season. A lot of funny. The movie Ted Cooper funny. The
in fact, we put together a clip show of all the funny moments. Trace, if you want to roll that, nope, it's not a screen. We don't have a camp. What are you doing right now?
For my money,
we've had a lot of fun here.
The scene that made me laugh the most and the hardest for the longest amount of time. When that kid runs up to Santa to like tackle him or hug him, and the beans come falling out from under her jacket, I laughed so hard.
Didn't even get a cackle out of me.
It kept going. I don't know. I thought it was unbelievably funny.
But like that's the most defensible part of the disguise.
Yes.
It's not about like, there's no sort of, hey, that's a lady. It's like, that's a fake stomach. Well,
it's a fake, yes.
Most Santas would probably have one.
I'm not saying that that's not accurate. I'm just, for some reason.
I just didn't find it funny, but
the beans
beans
spilling out
didn't
for so long. And
that.
Then Taylor going, I gotta feed the reindeer and running off. I laughed very hard for a very long time.
I don't know if Jax is even with you there. Jax?
No, I actually really am. I was really laughing at that because I know what Alonso's saying. It's not like spoiling the thing, but I'm like, even spoiling that Santa's like, I gotta feed the reindeer. I'm like, yes, you do.
It's very funny.
I appreciated the way that this movie revealed she was Santa. Like I appreciated this all of a sudden when you put your parent hat on, like nothing else matters kind of thing. Right. Like all of a sudden it wasn't like
springs into action.
She didn't have to make a decision. Do you know what I mean? She didn't have to do this thing, which we talked about with a different movie a few weeks ago about like how, in Grand Ole Opry, like the dad never thinks, this is never a real decision for this dad, whether he's going to see his kid or not, or go on the road. He's always going to go see his kid. Like, she doesn't go, I've got this disguise. She just there's an immediate nature to it. And it's just like, whatever, F it. My kid's in trouble. That's all that matters. And I really did appreciate that moment in this movie.
Love it. Let's take a break.
Okay.
We'll come back. We'll get to the what the Hallmark here on Deck the Hallmark. Hi, how are you? I hope you're well. It's Bran.
We've had a lot of funny moments over the last few weeks. Some of them made us tear up. Some of them made us chuckle.
Yeah.
We got 5 for Fighting here. They're going to sing 100 Years. We're going to play it all right now. Dim the lights if we could.
100 beans spilling on now. It's time for Wait What. So we're talking about what in this movie. Just go Wait What. I'll start with you, Jax.
I'm sure you fellas will cover a lot of them. I'm just going to do one. And I went to Reddit to like find out if other people were talking about it. And someone was. So I think FT Minsk put it better than I could. This guy says, I just spent forever trying to find out what this movie was called so I could come to Reddit and find people talking about this. There was some kind of CGI fog effect and everyone in the scene was blowing smoke like a 1978 Oldsmobile with bad piston rings, and my wife and I were cracking up. So apparently, you guys see when they were really like all the smoke. So apparently, the guy who played Kenny, who was the dad's assistant at the resort, confirms that it was intensely cold, especially in the night shoots. It was just bitterly cold. It was February in British Columbia, and that was like real. But it was so.
I was worried about them.
Yes. I was worried about them.
Yes.
It was absurd. Like usually in these movies that we know are very often shot in the summer or things like this, they're having their coats and they're open and it looks adorable. And that's
The
the kind
scarf
of
is draped over the
draped,
under the
it's-
lapels.
Yeah, it's like fashion. And we were having a couple days like that in New York City. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in my Hallmark like Christmas
you
look.
are.
That's fun. I'm okay to suspend my disbelief, whatever. This was like you said, we were worried about them. And,
And
I'm glad they're all okay.
I will say kudos to them at the end for obviously they're not playing their instruments, right? But they're not wearing gloves. They're doing the thing. I don't know how long they were doing that for. It could not have been pleasant because it looked absolutely brutal out there and you couldn't see it on their faces. So kudos to them for powering through that.
100%.
For our enjoyment.
Thank you. We enjoy it. Thank you.
We enjoy it. Thank you.
You know what actors, I always say about actors, they're just like blue collar workers.
That's right.
I actually don't believe that. I've heard actors say that and I'm like, y'all, when you're on set, people are taking care of you.
Yeah, Jacks from Mine Country is like, they're the coal miners of the screen.
Coal miners had crafty.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Anything else?
I do actually have a quick one now that I'm thinking about it. My other one is that Delightful, the girl who played the daughter, Madison, something her name is. Madison, yes. And I thought she was great. So I looked her up, but I was like, oh my gosh, she's awesome. But she doesn't seem like she's 15. She's 23. And look, she looks really young. It's not about how old she looks. It's about, as someone who works with young actors, she has a vibe. She has a vibe that she should be starring in one of these movies, like soon. And she has an interesting, like, there's a maturity to her that just wasn't giving 15 years old.
It's always worrisome when the 15-year-old actor says they like their parent. It's like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
This isn't passing
now.
the smell test here.
Come on.
Alonso?
That was it.
Oh, I got a couple. First of all, this is a minor thing, but like I know several single moms who used to be in bands and, moved on with their lives, but they hang on to something. They've got like one bit of hair that's bright orange. They've got some visible tattoos. They are not this lady, this blonde Hallmark peachy keen mom. Like, no, I don't. There's not a whiff of punk rock credibility about this character, no matter how many times they say, like, she was a guitar playing badass. So like didn't buy that at all. When Santa makes his debut and is, telling the kids that, they're going to get, a dental floss and a toothbrush instead, apparently the local paper has a Santa critic, which is a gig I would be down for, writing a whole thing about like what a crappy job this Santa's doing and how the kids aren't relating. I thought this was
why
hilarious.
Not you? Why not now, Alonso?
Somebody was writing this up. Yes, I'm just putting it out there into the universe. Like if you're looking for a Santa critic, I will come and
Alonso,
over here.
I'm here to back you and support you as a film critic for the rest of my days, and that profession being important. Can you imagine going to a mall for 8 hours and just getting spit on and puked on and then limping home, and the next morning in the trades you're getting a thumbs down? Get out of here, Alonso. Get out of here.
Imagine being a parent and you look over and there's just us.
Somebody taking notes.
Oh, they went with that, did they?
Unconvincing.
Licks the pencil. All right.
Wow. So Tia Mowry is clearly like, when especially in the villain half, is like trying to get this job that has been taken away from her by this other dude. I don't see how in her strategy the idea of unmasking the Santa Claus at a public event in front of everybody is going to do what she thinks is going to
I agree with
get her to the next corporate level. Like, that's just like, nah, you would play that
rage.
smarter. You would do it behind the scenes. But the big giant one here is the whole point of Taylor taking on this job as Santa Claus.
Here we go.
Is to get her kid a half off tuition at the greatest snowboarding school in the country. How does it benefit the daughter that Hugh Man is on the payroll of as Santa when they've made no connection between Hugh and the daughter?
That's right.
You would have to hire Taylor as something, and somehow then apply that largesse to the daughter. There's no connection.
They said that they said that she did, for Hugh she put down her own social security number.
Right, as an emergency contact.
Your point is still very much a point, which is if they ran a background check with that number, they would come up with her. And the only way that she's going to get the tuition assistance is if there's a direct connection of her mom working there, which she's not.
Right, exactly.
It didn't do the thing that it was supposed to do. The whole point of the movie, the Mrs. Doubtfire is not, there's no need. It doesn't Mrs. Doubtfire. It doesn't do it. Like Robin Williams gets to spend time with his kids by dressing up as a woman. She dressed up as a Santa, still paying full boat.
This does more. This does more doubt than fire.
That's exactly right.
I mean, like at least later with the landlady, Santa pretends to be the mom of the main character. And if they had done that and said, "Oh yeah, well this is your granddaughter," fine. But they don't. They never establish a connection there. So the whole point of the plot makes no sense.
Pretty important link that they just decided to leave out.
We're not going to explain it. You know, who cares?
Just go with it.
Just go with it. I did get a kick out of the fact that she walks into her apartment to find her daughter sleeping on the couch with a Santa hat on top of her head, like just perfectly in a way it's not going to fall off.
You don't prep for your naps to look perfect every time.
And I'm going to place it right here.
And I and my cap were just settling down.
You know how teens are with their Santa hats and whatnot. Listen, you have to do a background check. You have to. They do this thing where it's like there's not time.
There's always time.
There's time, guys.
When you're working with
when the whole job is children are going to be on the lap.
You're working with children. Working with children.
I don't care how beloved this Santa
that's what the
ends
newspaper
up being.
Would actually be about. The Santa wasn't background checked.
This place needs to get shut down. Like they did. Like I understand it was best case scenario. You know, she's great with the kids and whatnot. Eventually, when she starts, you know, really diving into their personal lives, no background check, and you got to do that. You just have to do that.
We need an unchecked Santa who's going to ask probing questions.
Yeah, 100%. Honestly, when she started doing the probing question, someone should have been like, "Hey, did we ever run that background check?"
Yeah,
should.
Yeah,
that's a lot of
really
personal.
uncomfortable for
existential questions for children right now.
100%. The crowd that comes for this tree lighting is brutal. He walks on stage and they're like, "Boo, you suck!"
Yep.
Like that's tough. It's tough to get heckled at your own Christmas tree lighting, but he does it. This crowd's brutal. And speaking of which, I've never been to a place, an establishment where the GM is forced to give as many speeches at events as this.
So many GM speeches.
Before Santa comes out, let's bring out the GM so we can pray over the service. What's happening at this place? This guy has to give more speeches than any establishment I've ever been to. It's crazy. It's so many speeches. Dana?
Yeah, I'm sorry. The most prestigious snowboarding school. What?
U.S. News and World Report does a ranking every year.
I don't look, wait, what's don't get more obvious than this, but this is a 2-week thing she's doing over the holidays. Yes. This is like when I send my kid to American Ninja Camp. That's what's going on here, right?
And the one in Greenville is the most prestigious.
This is glorified childcare for teens.
They made a fatal flaw calling it a school. It's a camp.
Yeah, it's a snowboarding camp. It's 2 weeks long, and it is a price range that has multiple zeros, and her mom can comfortably cover half of.
Even though she's behind on the rent.
That's right. She can't afford the rent, and the tuition is absurd. She's like, how many zeros is that? So it's in the thousands. But if you cut whatever number it is in half, she can swing it no problem. She, in fact, says, I can swing that. What number is that limit? The limit does not exist. That number doesn't exist. That's not a thing. I don't know what to tell you. It isn't. At some point, I watched this movie 10 days ago, so you'll forgive me. Someone says the line, demand for store-bought cookies has reached an all-time low. What the F? No, it hasn't.
Because eggs are so cheap, Dan.
I was about to say, the price to make your own cookies, I can't see it from here. You can't, but I'm sorry. You can't just say this and us all act like it's not like it's Earth 42 and it's the Flash and it's like you can just make it. We are here on planet Earth. You can't just go, people don't buy a story about cookies anymore. That's just a lie. You're just lying is what you're doing there. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. $2,000 a week to play Santa Claus and you never have to work? Unbelievable. She is doing everything aside from being Santa in this movie. And she has time for everything else. And they're paying her $2,000 a week for this. That's a gig right there. Like that's an absolute
How many
steal.
hot cocoa dates can I squeeze into that?
Yeah, she's going on dates with the GM. He also doesn't have to be there. Like she's going out to the to the slopes. She's not ever Santa. It's like 2 or 3 hour shifts at a time, which is crazy. I have one. Well, I'll do the other silly one, which is Ryan Eggold is a billionaire wildcat playboy who doesn't know how to tie a tie, which is crazy. And then because he doesn't know how to tie one, he asked the completely dressed mall Santa with gloves on to help him with those sausage fingers. Tie
On the silk.
Are you kidding? You just put.
But he's picking up on her pheromones.
Okay, so you
and
think
he
this
wants
is because
those
he's turned on?
sausage fingers on him.
Okay,
yes.
okay, all right. Because if you put leather gloves on and
Yeah,
try
that's
to
weird.
tie a necktie, it's
Bizarre.
difficult on your own self. You do it on
Absolutely.
somebody. This billionaire wildcat playboy who's traveled the world going to expensive parties, never learned how to tie a tie, and then wants the mall Santa wearing gloves to tie one for him. I thought was crazy.
Also, why does single mom who's never lived with an
How
adult
does-
man
thank you.
know how to do it backwards?
She
That's
knows
so
how
true.
to do the tie from the up. That's also insanity. But my serious what is, I kind of was upset that after they go on this date and they're in the date and the guy on stage is like, we found out such and such is here from this local band. Come on up here and play some. And it's insinuated that Ryan Eggold told them.
Told him.
Right.
Yeah.
And then she storms out. And then after that, she goes on an apology tour. She apologizes to him. She rolls in custom hot chocolate for him the next day. She says, I'm sorry again. She says, I'm sorry a third time. Why is she apologizing 3 times for something that is 100% his fault?
I completely agree.
Like she didn't
You're
do
right.
anything wrong. She didn't want to talk about that. He does a bit. It goes south. He should immediately go, you know what? I misread it. I'm really sorry.
I overstepped.
I overstepped. But she's the one that's I don't understand. She didn't do anything wrong. Like I didn't understand that at all.
The same thing happened to me not too long ago.
Really?
Dan, we were out, Dan, you and I.
That's
and
right.
we told the people.
I told William Daniels you had lost your Christmas spirit.
No, that's not what I was getting at. I don't appreciate it. You told the band up there that someone from Brandon and the Books is here, and I
That's
wanted
right.
to leave that behind.
I said someone from Brandon and the Books is here. Could be any of them.
be
Could be
anyone.
Brandon. Could be a book.
Yeah.
One of them's here. And then, next thing you know.
And I ran out.
You ran
I wasn't
out.
ready to go.
You ran
I
full
ran
speed.
out.
That's
Yeah.
right.
But I've been apologizing for it ever since.
You have.
There's
Yeah,
something
you should.
that,
I mean, your name is Brandon.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I understand.
That's all I got.
And the only books you've read are the ones you wrote, weirdly enough.
That's true.
That is true. That is sad but true.
It's heavy on the Christmas tree. There it is.
Selling out.
Have yourself a
by the
movie, Little
way,
Christmas.
thought we were
Oh
talking
yeah,
about it,
new and
yeah.
updated and revised. You said it.
Jax, you got to get a book. You got.
I have a new cup from anthropology.
Ooh, from anthropology.
Oh,
How did you afford the tree as well? That's crazy.
They were doing it 50% off for Black Friday.
so it was only $1,000.
That's it, man.
Exactly. Yeah, when you take off one of those zeros.
That's right.
Then if you're able to afford it.
Yeah. If I do it half off, I can.
Yeah, I can swing it.
You can swing
Easily.
it.
I know I'm late on the rent.
Easily.
What number is it? That can be my what the flicks
It's
too.
what the flex. Go.
Like what? Like, all right, let's just pick a number in. It's got. She said that's
500 would be the least, right?
But she said how many zeros is that? So
no, I'm saying 500 would be the least. That's a half.
that's right. So 500 is insurmountable. 250 easy swing.
What I thought,
I
what
thought
I
it was in the
thought was,
thousands.
I thought
No, I'm saying 1,000. If it's how many
honestly,
zeros?
yeah, no, that
1,000 is
knowledge-
the least. So
It has to
500
be
would be
more
the
though.
least. 50.
$1,000 for a 2-week snowboarding camp is a steal.
It is a steal. That's right.
That's
if
a
it's
good
the most
deal.
prestigious one in the country, if it's 5,000,
It's
see-
thousands of dollars.
So
I got it. I got it.
Jax has got
all right,
it.
here we go. Okay, so 2,700.
Yes.
She can
And
swing.
her credit card limit is 3,000.
Okay, and it's empty. She's paid her credit cards all the way off.
Yes. Zero debt.
She has.
Wow.
She
So
has.
why didn't she just do that without the job?
Or pay the rent with it.
Well, no, because her limit is
limit is
Oh, I
3,000.
got you. So she's got to get the job to get
Yeah.
half. So it only it's only 2,700.
Exactly.
And so she is willing to put $2,700 on her credit card
Yes.
for
She
her
says
kid.
she can swing
It's
it, but we
the
know
best.
she
The
can't.
most prestigious.
Why is this so hard for you?
But she
You
says
simpleton.
she can swing it like it is nothing.
Well, she knows
it is
her
like,
limit.
I've got that change in my middle console of my car
Oh, that's
right
so funny.
now.
I thought she said she could swing it like the way I used to say if I could swing it when I
Yeah.
was like barely making any
right.
money and I was like, oh, I can go out to dinner. I can swing
Oh,
that.
I've been
you
in
know?
college knowing how much money is in my bank account with just a debit card and adding
Yes.
up the menu items plus tax.
Yes.
Going,
Yes.
I think I've got it. We're going to see. We're going to let it
I
ride.
think I got it.
But let's
I think
see
I
what
got it.
happens.
I think you're like putting your with like when you used to get like the Visa gift cards that people would give you, and you're like, can I put some of this
Yeah,
on that?
yeah, knock that out and then bring me the
Right.
check
Yeah.
for the remainder. Oh,
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
say, yeah, Alonso, you went to Vanderbilt. You wouldn't get it.
Oh, hey. I've been an undergrad who like blew through his savings.
That's right.
I know.
Yeah, yeah,
I know what I'm talking
You
about.
had savings.
His monthly stipend from his parents. That's right.
I
yes.
had the money that I'd saved from summer job is what I'm talking about.
Because he's smart.
Anyway,
Alonso's also a film critic, so let's not act
yes,
like.
thank you,
That's true.
please.
Yes.
Let's not pretend. My what the flicks is that from the documentary Santa Camp and from Hallmark's The Santa Class, we know there are women who do the Santa thing
That's
now,
right.
and I would have loved
Noelle,
the idea
Anna
of.
Kendrick.
Exactly. I would have loved the idea of Taylor basically threatening to sue them if they wouldn't hire her. They were only looking for an old white man to play it. But instead, no, it's like the shocking reveal. What? It was a woman all the time. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Castigate her. It's like, no, let's not do that.
Yes.
Jax, did you have any?
Oh, well, what the flicks?
Yes.
Honestly, not really. Like, I think I've seen enough, but I enjoyed what I saw.
I have a question about the social media platform Happened that they're using in this. Honestly, not bad. It's not a bad idea of like, here's what happened. And this is, it's not a bad name for a platform to catch you up to speed on what happened. That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
That's all I'm saying.
Copyright
Great.
brand.
I mean, I think they did it first. We did it, everybody. Congratulations to us. I mean, we're here. We did it.
We did it.
We've
We're
got
Oh,
it.
Christmas is almost here, guys. 7 days away. And if
that's
you were
right.
listening to
Woo.
Christmas morning, you'd already know that.
Thanks, buddy.
And I do.
And
Come
we've
on.
got a clip show right here. We'll play us out.
It's just the bean spilling out on a loop.
we're all getting back together again in the new year to do champagne
I
problems.
hear
Yeah.
Champagne Problems is the best
yeah.
of them. I've not watched it, but people are raving, so I need to watch
Yeah.
it.
All right.
And I want to see that mystery one that's like a long Walmart ad.
All right.
Yeah,
I don't know what
what
that
you're talking
is.
about, but I'm here for
I
it.
love
I think it's on
No.
Roku or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Okay.
do too.
Great. I love it. All right. We'll be back then. Until then,
Merry Christmas! Deck the Hallmarks, a Bramble Jam podcast produced by Brandon Gray and that Greenville, South Carolina. For more information on the show, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. Follow us on the socials at Deck the Hallmark. Leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts. And for more Deck the Hallmark ad-free podcasting, live video watch-alongs, hanging out with the gang, and so much more, you can go to BrambleJamPlus.com.